Hey there guys, Alex here from SPP, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about what the true cost of building your own client portal would look like. Let's get into it. Have you ever tried building a client portal for your agency? If you have, you know exactly how challenging it can be to bring all of those tools together. For anyone else thinking of building a client portal for your business, it's a lot more difficult than just tossing a bunch of tools together. It can get rather expensive and time-consuming according to what our customers have told us. Today, I'm going to compare some features that we already have built into Service Provider Pro versus how much it would cost you to build them out yourself. It can't be that expensive is a thought that runs through the mind of agency owners whenever they think of building their own custom solution. Convinced they'll just have to hire a developer from Upwork who's gonna get the project done in a few weeks for a low four-figure amount, their custom solution adventure begins. The problem is, after months of work, it's nowhere near as expected. There are bugs, features are incomplete, and the worst part is, the developer has underestimated the amount of work required for a client portal as well as its pricing. It takes them far longer than the few weeks initially expected, and throughout all of this time, you're not getting to use the client portal. To better understand the issues that you might run into and what pricing can look like, let's have a look at what individual components you're going to need to streamline your operations. First, you're going to need a CMS to house your portal. The most popular CMS is WordPress, powering almost 34% of the entire internet. WordPress is indeed fairly easy to set up, so even if you have to hire a freelancer, it's not going to cost more than a few $100s to get yourself started. Then again, it's notoriously difficult to do any real customizations outside of the pre-existing plugins and themes, and that's where the real expenses start adding up, especially when you consider that WordPress developers charge anywhere between $30 and $150 an hour. After investing all of that time and money to set things up exactly the way you want them to be, expect things to break when there's an update. And if you're thinking that you'll just skip these updates, think again, because outdated plugins, themes, and software are one of the main reasons why WordPress websites get hacked. Also, if you need the reliability and scalability of managed hosting like WordPress Engine or Kinsta, expect to pay another $30 to $100 a month, with some sacrifices to flexibility as well. You're also going to need a membership management plugin to control how your clients are going to access pages on your portal. Some popular plugins like MemberPress or WooCommerce charge anywhere between $150 to $300 per year. If the plugin of your choice lets you sell services in a way that works for your agency, awesome. If not, you're gonna need more plugins. SPP already has a way for you to manage all of this, of course, built right into your plan. While most of these types of softwares were made for e-commerce specifically, you can work around any kind of limitations and set up your services as products in the system. The cost ranges from free to a couple of $100s a year depending on the types of themes and additional features that you're going to be adding in. Some important features to consider include support for your preferred payment gateway and being able to charge taxes such as VAT or GST, along with valid tax invoices, especially for your B2B clients. If you do e-commerce, it's nice to be able to reduce checkout abandonment with the help of targeted emails. This of course isn't necessary, but it's greatly going to help your conversion rates. While incredibly powerful, platforms like Rejoiner or CartStack are going to start at around $49 a month for just 100 contracts and are only going to go up from there. Of course, this is also built into SPP natively. Most productized services are going to require further details from the customer before your team can get started on their order. You can ask for this information via email, but it is common practice to use an online form instead. Your options here include Typeform, Google Forms, among others, and WordPress plugins. Costs here are going to start at free up to $30 a month, depending on the complexity of your forms. On SPP, these forms are included in all plans at no additional cost. You're also going to need to consider how many different types of services you offer, how many forms you're going to need, and how you're going to provide these forms to your customers, whether it be before or after checkout. We've used Help Scout for $25 per user per month in the past, but this is a very crowded sector with many contenders out there. Consider how you're going to be communicating with your clients, whether they need to fill out a form or email you, or if you're going to create a project in your tool of choice and use that to communicate with them. Either way, you and your team need to know what type of services the client has purchased and if their subscription is active in case of recurring services. If you're doing self-service sales, you might as well offer your clients an incentive to send some new business your way. There are some dedicated solutions for this, such as Post Affiliate Pro, that's going to handle your affiliate links for around $129 a month. Or of course, you can use WordPress plugins for the same. Alternatively, you can just use SPP's affiliate module. Consider if it's possible to link your affiliate software to your e-commerce and membership databases because you don't want to have clients create separate accounts for each one of these tools. Most clients want to know what's going on with their orders and ideally receive email notifications. That means you're going to need their email addresses, a way to send them these notifications, and an option for them to turn off these notifications individually in case they don't want them. This is definitely going to add extra costs, and you're going to need a service like Mailgun to handle outgoing emails. This is going to set you back at least $35 a month if you're not sending out more than 50,000 emails. A very tricky functionality that you need to consider is that some clients need to CC their teammates within these emails. Maybe they need to see all the details of these orders or even be able to reply to these orders themselves. As a service provider, chances are pretty high that you're going to need your clients to upload different kinds of files, ideally organizing them in folders, handle access permission, and more. Making sure that these files are stored safely is in itself a huge undertaking, but you also need to pay for storage, and depending on your kind of business, this can get really expensive. Imagine how much storage a video editing service is going to need when they're dealing with gigabytes of data per uploaded file. A lead makes a purchase, you send them a form to fill out project data, and then what? The uncertainty of not knowing is what can cause a lot of confusion and frustration. Ideally, the client would have a dashboard where they can see all their next steps. Here, you can let them know that they can book a discovery call or that you need more information about their business before you start working on their orders. Even better if this dashboard can be customized based on the type of client or the service that they purchased. In conclusion today, custom client portals aren't cheap. The costs ramp up pretty quickly when you go from a simple password-protected portal to including all the features that we just talked about. It's not even just about the tools themselves, it's about building integrations to sync them all together and also keeping these integrations up to date. Think of how confusing and inconvenient it must be for your clients to have multiple different logins for different places as well as multiple ways of reaching out to you. Having a central source of truth in your agency means that all of this information is available in one place rather than being spread out. If you're looking for a client portal for your ease of mind as well as your clients, make sure to check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.